and expand. So we're going to just recap on term 1's work. Okay, so like I said, I'm Shantae, and I'm going to help you understand grade 10 maths a bit better. Okay, it's nice to see all of you. Welcome. I hope you enjoy it here with me. Feel free to ask any questions during my lesson in the chat box. I will respond to any questions there. Okay, so what are we doing this lesson? We are recapping on these two concepts that you studied or had to study last term. So if there's any questions in regards to that, then I will definitely help you. Okay. Then, like I said, if you have any questions, please chat to me using the chat box. We can chat there. And then by the end of this lesson, I would really like you to have a better understanding of the two concepts that we are going to recap today. Okay. And just a reminder to follow us on our Africa Team Geeks. And if you want any other information, just go to www.africanteamgeeks.co.za. Okay, are you ready to start? Let's start. Okay, just want to open that. Okay, so let's start with the very first example. Okay, I want you, before I do this, let me make it white. Okay. Okay, so let's just look at this example. Okay, so now we have, in our first bracket, we have x plus 2 and another bracket x plus 3. So what is my first step that I should do? Okay, I want you to then times the two x's together. So that's my first step, okay? That is to times my two x's, and that gives me x to the power of 2. Okay, my next step would be then to times the x and the 3 as well as the 2 and the x. Another thing to keep in mind, let's just quickly recap on our exponents and the definitions. So some things you should know: if I times an x times the x, there's a little small 1 there, I go and let's plus 1 time, so it's x times x, it actually means x plus 1. Okay, so if I then, is there some chats here? Oh yes, I can see. Okay, so I have a request here to zoom in a bit. Of course, I can do that. Is this better, guys? Is this better? Okay, just so. Yep. Okay. Okay, let me try. Just put it. Okay, let's just do it in one example. Let's try and zoom into one example. Okay, so we are, thank you for responding and helping me. Okay, help me to help you. So let's look at this. So now what did we do first? Okay, there's a hand raised. Okay, can we unmute her, please, so that she can ask, or he can ask a question? No more questions? Everyone fine? Okay, hand not raised. Perfect. Okay, not a problem. So now, first of all, what do? We say x times x is x to the power of 2. Then we times the 3 and the x, which gives me plus 3x. And we also times the 2 and the x, which is x2. Okay. Do we have problems with the sound? Okay. Now what we're doing is, can you see that we're also doing the last? So you guys are mentioning the FOIL method. That is correct. Okay. So the last one is obviously 2 times 3. So we need to make sure that we are adding everything together in this bracket, that we do not leave anything open. Okay. Now, another thing. Is there a problem with this sound? How come? Okay, it was just you, because I'm now changing my whole gear for you guys.
This a bit better. Okay, is this a bit better, guys? Okay, we're getting mixed reviews here. Mixed reviews. Okay. Tanika has her hand raised. Tanika, how can I answer your question? Any questions? No more hands are raised. All attended to. Okay. Okay, so let's move on. Okay, so now we've looked at our first one, and what's very important to me, and I know it might sound stupid, and I'm repeating everything that you might have studied in grade 9, but it's very, very important just to get these basics right. Okay, so, and how I always explain it is, we need apples with apples and pears with pears and bananas with bananas. Okay, so what I need you to do is, can you see that I can't add anything here because there's only an apple, and our apple in this, for example, is x to the power of 2. Okay, but however, we have 2 pairs. We have a 3x and a 2x. So when I add them together, we get 5x. Okay, and then there's nothing with the bananas. The bananas just being 6. Okay. Yes, and then someone also asked, people are allowed to type out their questions if they have their hands raised. What I would suggest is just go question and then ask the question, okay? Okay, so are you all fine with our first example? I just want you to type in yes, or just a sharp, or just show me that you guys are okay, perfect. Okay, that's fairly easy. What I need you to also remember in these things, it's very important that you keep in mind, look at the signs. That's very important, guys. Always look at the signs, because the signs are going to determine what sign your middle terms and your end term might be. Okay, for instance, now here we had 2 positive signs. Okay, let's go on to the second one. Let's try and zoom in a bit. Okay, here we have 2y minus 1, 3y plus 4. Okay, so what does that mean? Now remember, can you see that here we just had x times x? Very easy. We doing the same. So we're keeping all the numbers and the alphabet together. Okay, so don't get confused now. Don't just times the 2 and the 3 together, which is 6. Now here is where it gets confusing. Usually when you get a y times a y, it actually means y plus y, right? But 2 times 3 is 6, not 5. Okay, you'll see later on why I'm saying this. Because we need to just get the basics down in order to move on. Okay, so now we have 6y to the power of 2, and we go, so this is our first one. I don't know if you can see me moving and scrolling through the scrolling on the screen, but here we have our first term. Okay, and then the second one, we're going to do the inside one. Okay, perfect. Then we're going to do the inside one. Okay, so -1. Okay, so now again, have a look here. -1 times 3 is going to give me -3y. Okay, and remember, I need to leave, not to leave this one out. Okay, so what am I going to do? I'm going to go 2y times 4. Can you see it's added together, right? So it's going to be plus 8y. Okay, and then remember the last one. Can you see that my last term also changes because I have a minus times a plus? Okay, so that is how it works. Okay, I know this is revision, but again, that's why we need to just get our basics and our foundation. Okay, next up, we have the apples together. Can you see there's nothing else? This is our bananas, nothing else, but our pears is again the same. So those two I can add together to get my final answer. Okay, next up, we are going to go to 4x times 3x. Okay, now there we go to 12x to the power of 2. How come? The same as we did here. The reason I'm showing you this one again is, can you see my symbols are changing? So here I had a minus and a plus, where here I have a minus and a minus. Okay, so can you see that my negative will increase? Here I have a question. Okay, so to answer your question, I have a question. Is the question is, what do the fruits names you are using mean? So it's just the concept. I am trying to explain to you. So for instance, if we have a y to the power of 2, that is one type of group. Okay, and if I have a y, a 5y, just a single y, not anything else, not 2y to the power of 2, y to the power of 3, that's also another group. Okay, and then I have my numbers, which is another group. Okay, so it's very, very important. That's only why I'm talking about apples and pears and bananas, is just to say that these ones are, for instance, an apple. So if I had another, let's say if I added a 12y to, that would be 2 apples together, if that makes sense. So that's the only thing why I'm just explaining. Okay. Then we have, so okay, so you guys are with me. That's why I'm just talking about groupings together. Okay, then so here we had a minus and a plus, so obviously that gave me a minus, and these are together. Now I showed you what happens when there's two minuses. Okay, for instance, then it you get 4 times 3 is 12, and then I times the x together, so x times x is x to the power of 2. Okay, then I add them together. I'm timesing them together, getting my middle term, and then those two at the end would be adding them together. You with me? Okay. Just want to quickly do this for you guys, because that's not true. That's the correct answer. Okay. Now we go on to our next example. Our next example here, remember guys, this is all just revision. Nah? This is all just revision. So I'm revising everything that you should know. Okay, then we go on to this. Okay, now it's very important to remember to times it again. The only thing different here is we have two. We have an A and a B, not just an A or a B. Okay, so you need to know that you have to times the A twice and the B twice. Okay, so you can't just write AB to the power of 2. Okay, so you can't write A and then not this and then B to the power of 2. So you can't, it's not that. Okay, it's that because I'm timesing the A by the A and the B by the B. Okay, again, look out for your terms, and we're doing this. We are looking at these are then my apples, my two pears, because they are the same group. Can you see they look the same? I'm talking about groups as because they look the same. And then we have 6. That 6 just stays 6. Okay. Let's move on to our next example. Yes, this is revision. Okay, so now let's go to the next one. We have an x to the power 3 and x to the power 3. Remember, when I times the x and the x together, it's actually just adding them together. Remember I said to you when we went onto this example that you need to add, you adding the x's, but you timesing the 2 and the 3. And a lot of you guys make the same mistake. I know you guys are saying this is easy, but whenever I put something in front like a 5 here, it's very easy for you guys then to assume that you guys are going to get it right. But I get so many children that only put a 7 there and not a 10. Okay, so I need you, yes, law of exponents, and we're going to go through that now as well. Okay, so that's very important just to remember that, because the more work you do, the more it gets confusing. And then like I remember when I was grading, it was like 100 years ago, but you forget when should I add it again and when should I times it. So just make sure that you keep a level head and you'll be fine. Okay, so now we have x3 times x3, which is actually adding them together, and this is 2, very easy. Can you see that now I have that? Okay, so this is my answer. Do you understand? This, I'm missing a 3 here. Okay. Let's just quickly see if I can add it for you guys. Just bear with me for a second. Sorry, guys. Let's just insert it that it's correct and it's shown correctly and everyone understands. Okay. Okay, doesn't want to do that, but that should be a 3. Do you understand? I don't know how to insert symbol. No, there we go. It's going to be right now. There we go. No problem. Okay, so why is that the case? Because I'm timesing the 2x to the power of 3, and I'm going over to this. Okay, 2 times 2 is 4. Can you see x to the power of 3 stays the same, and I have a y now as well. Okay, where did the y come from? The y came from here. Can you see? Okay, and let me just see if I, okay, let's make this y. Yes, that looks better, right, guys? That looks better. Okay, you guys understand? Yes. I know. Okay. So we're going to then go on to the 7y times the x to the power of 3. Okay, there, that's easy. This is a minus because of that minus 2. Okay, and now I'm going to go over and do my last one, which is 7y times minus 2y, which is minus 14y to the power of 2. Okay, again, let's just have a look at my groups. Can you see that there's nothing else to the power of 6 that I can add together? But here is two terms that look the same, again, with my pairs. Okay, it's two terms that look exactly the same. So I can therefore go and say, what is minus 4 plus 7? And that would give me a 3. Okay. Now I just take the minus 14y to the power of 2 down because there's nothing here that I can add or subtract to make this more or less. Okay. Now something you guys might know, some of you might not know it, so that's why I'm saying it, because it's little things that I'm just wanting to help you with today, where you can, in your exams, when it comes to June exams or whatever, I do not want you to sit and think. I just want you to know this, okay? Know this off by heart, okay? Okay, you cannot add. Okay, you can add the second. Sorry, I just quickly want to go back to this question because Lee said to me, I don't understand how you can add the second and third term. The reason I can add it, Lee, is because can you see that my x to the power of 3 and my y, the two terms, the minus 4 term, what's after the 4 and what's after the 7 looks exactly the same. Okay. Okay, the question changed. So all I'm just saying, Lee, is that, okay, can you guys give me the right question then? Lauren, Emma, Lee, what is the right question then? Am I answering the wrong one? Fatima, are you raising your hand? How can I help you?
Ma'am, the
Yes.
question was 2x cubed plus 7, then the brackets, then x cubed minus 2y.
Yes, but now I change it to
That was
7y, right? I just made it a typing error.
Oh, okay.
Okay, okay. Did you guys hear that? Thank you, Fatima. Okay, so I know the 7y, it was just 7, but it was actually supposed to be 7y. I just had a little typing error. Sorry about that. Okay, so did I answer everyone's question? Toriso? Do you have a question?
Ma'am,
Yes.
ma'am, but ma'am, since like there's minus 4x to the power of 3 and y plus 7x to the power of 3 of y, doesn't the x to the power of 3 and y cancel?
No. Okay, so it can't cancel out because it's you add them and it's a plus and a minus. Okay, what you are thinking about is whenever I am going to say when I divide things, okay, because then I can go over and when I times things. So, but this is just adding them and plussing them. So no, okay, I'm not doing that. I could have done that when it was let's say 4 divided by 7, okay, because then those terms cancel each other out. But in this instance, we don't do that because it's just a plus and just a minus.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
Thank you,
good.
ma'am.
Yes. So let's go on to the next. Okay, so you guys understand this one. Okay. To this example, okay, what I want you to do is you can see if I go below, I have 3 different that's almost the same, but it's not. Okay, so here I have an a plus b to the power of 2, and in my term here I have a minus, and here I have a plus and a minus. Okay, so all I want you to realize is that if I have two pluses together, can you see that my term would be 2ab, right? And that would be a plus sign. Okay. Now I have a minus sign. So it's minus 2ab. Okay. Just to keep in mind, can you see the small difference it has? If it's a plus or a minus, it's fairly easy. Another thing then to keep in mind, if it's a plus and a minus, okay, that middle term cancels each other out. Okay, that's very important to keep in mind. So therefore, we have just a to the power of 2 minus b to the power of 2. Okay. Because when I go a to the power of 2, okay, now I have b and a, so that gives me that ab plus, okay? And when I have my minus, it goes ab minus, and then I have my minus 2b, okay? I quickly want you to do the following for me. These are the questions. Can you write them down for me and then do them so I can give you the correct answers? Okay, don't worry, I'll just wait for you. Okay, can you? Okay, can I then quickly start by explaining to you question 1? Very easy question 1. We have e to the power of 2 plus 2y. Okay, so, okay, I'll wait. I'll wait. Okay, you all done? Okay, great. So, that's good, guys. I'm glad. Well done. Okay, so, what I want you to quickly, do you mind if we just chat about the answer? Can I give you the answer, or do you prefer me writing it out? Okay. Okay, I have some mixed reviews. Okay, please write it out. Okay, are you going to bear with me if I write it out then? Okay. So let's look at our first one. Everyone says, please write. Okay, I'm going to answer it and then I'm going to write it. So for those who just want my answer, the answer you have to get is e to the power of 4 plus 4e to the power of 2y plus 4y to the power of 2. Okay. So if we look at our answer, we have e to the power of 4. I'm just going to add this one and then we won't be actually able to edit it. Yes. Nope. Okay. E2, then let's insert like this. Sorry, guys. Just takes a while. But it's possible. Okay. So let's go. It's going to be e to the power of 4. There we go. E to the power of 4. There we go. Okay. We have e to the power of 4. Can you all see that? Do you rather want me then to? Okay, let's just quickly finish this one. Plus 4. And then I'm going to copy this. I'm going to paste it here. Copy. Paste. Okay. Okay, just here. Can you see to the power of 2? Why? Let's see if that works. Okay, no. Okay, guys, what I'm then going to do is, I think for our next lesson, obviously it's trial by error, so I can see what works and what doesn't. Tomorrow then I will have that prepared for you, but let me just quickly revise the answers then. It will be faster. Yes, I agree. Let's just quickly say it.
Okay, we're just running into some technical difficulties. Okay, she's back.
Ooh, okay, so now you're with me. What I want you to just have a look at 2x plus 7y, okay? My answer then will be 4x to the power of 2 plus 28, okay, xy, and then plus 49y to the power of 2. Okay, you with me? Just want to see something, just opening the chats. Okay, yes. Okay, cool. You can see me now. Oh, I need to share my screen. Share screen. Share it. Okay. All the chatting happening. Are you all happy? Okay, let's just quickly try and finish. More chats. Okay. Cool, cool, cool. Okay. So let's just quickly revise this one. The answer there is 4x to the power of 2 plus 28xy plus 49y to the power of 2. And then number 3, we have y to the power of 2 minus x, y plus 16. Okay. I think this is going to go much quicker. Okay, 1. I'm going to just quickly write everything out. Just bear with me for 2 seconds. While you guys are doing your work in the next sessions, I most definitely will be having this all written out for you guys. So you don't have to worry, we won't struggle again. Sorry for this. I apologize in advance. So just writing it out for you on a board right next to me. Okay. Okay. So these are the answers. Can you see? Okay. These are the answers. I can't see the answers. Can you see a bit better? Yeah, so 14 plus 14 is 28. Okay. Click on your screen. It's very hard to do so. Okay, I'm trying to zoom in a bit for you. Great, well done. No, the 28xy should not be squared. I'm glad you got everything correct. Number 4. Okay, I will quickly look at number 4. Okay. Good. I just want to ask my host, can I quickly explain number 1 and number 4? Or will my session end?
Let me quickly just check the emails and see if there's a class after us.
Sorry about that.
Doesn't look like we have classes after this, so we can continue up until the
Okay.
hours.
Thank you so much. Okay, I'm just going to do number 1 and number 4 because there were requests for those. Let's just do that for you guys quickly. Does the whiteboard, me writing on this board, help you guys? Just give me some feedback, because then I know for future. Okay. Okay, I'm glad the whiteboard's helpful. It will be used in future. So whoever struggled with the first one, let's see if you can make out what I did here. Can you see that there were two? Now I'm trying to just look at it. Okay, so number 1 is the E times 2 times E times 2 gives me E4. Okay, now I have, then I go over to the second one. So that term becomes 2e to the power of 2y, right? And then I'm going to do, so I've done that. Then I need to do these terms, okay? Those terms are this. And then my last 2 terms are that. So that gives me this answer. Okay. Great, I'm happy you see your mistake. Number 4, if I look at my number 4, I have 2a, 2a. So if I go and I times these two together first, right? My first one, okay? I get 4 to the power of 2, okay? Then I go and I do the inside one, which is going to give me 6, right? You with me? Okay, 6a. Then I go over to the at the back there, 6a, and then the last one, 9. Can you see that the minus and the minus, if I times it together, it gives me a plus. So these ones are a minus and a plus, which is a minus, but those last terms are the ones that is the minus. Okay. Please do number 2. Okay, let me do number 2 for you. Number 2. Okay, I'll do number 2 and number 5. Okay, so who wants to do number 3? I haven't had requests for number 3. I can do number 3 as well. I'm sorry for taking so much time. The next time I'll plan it a bit better, that we have more time doing the explaining after you guys have done. Okay, I'll do everything. So we've done number 3. Okay, we've done number 3. Oh, we've done number 1. Going to quickly do number 2. If you are fine and you understand, you are more than welcome to just leave the chats. That's not a problem. For those who want to stay, I'm more than willing to help. Okay. Okay, so those who look at 2, can you guys see? I'm trying to zoom in a bit, okay? We have our 2x times our 2x, which is going to give me 4x to the power of 2. Then I'm going to go and say, okay, 7y times 2x would give me 14, because 14 times 7 times 2 is 14. And can you see I have one X and one Y, so it's XY. Okay, alphabetical order, please. Then I have my 14 again, the same because I'm doing the last term. And then because I'm doing my first term as well as my last one in the brackets. And then my two last terms, 7 times 7 is 49. Okay. Okay, and then I have y times y is y to the power of 2. Can you see my 14 plus my 14 is 28? That's why I get 28. Okay, sorry for the brightness. Okay, now let's quickly look at number 3, and then we look at number 5, and then we're done. Okay, number 3. So we have y4, y4. Okay, here's number 3 for you. Don't know if you can see it there. So my y times my y is y to the power of 2. I have a minus 4y, a minus 4y because it's the middle terms, the 4, and then obviously the first term and the last term, sorry. And then the 14 times the 14 is 16, but can you see that it's minus 4 and minus 4? So if I times two minuses together, I get a plus 16. Okay. Okay. Let's quickly look at number 5. Last one before you guys can go. Okay. It's very important that you guys know it always has to be in alphabetical order. Okay, I will make sure in the planning, we will start with trig to, no, maybe on Friday or on next week, Monday. Okay. And then we're going to do exponents tomorrow as well as your number patterns. And if there's anything else, just leave a comment that I can know what to focus on. Okay, let's just get to number 5 quickly. Okay, can you see x3 to the power of 3 times x to the power of 3 gives me x to the power of 6. Okay, then I do my two middle terms. Can you see that it's in alphabetical order? So it should be abx to the power of 3. You do the first one and the last one, okay? And then the two last terms is ab times ab. Can you see it's a plus a actually? So that gives me 2. So a to the power of 2. And if I say b times b, I actually just add them together. So it's b together with 2. Okay, so it's a to the power of 2, b to the power of 2. Can you see that I have 1? Because here is an imaginary 1 supposed to be. So therefore, my answer then is that 2. Can you see? Because it's the same 2 terms that I just add together. Okay, good. Glad you guys understand. So tomorrow we'll just quickly run through our exponents and then I'll manage my time a bit better. Sorry about that, guys. And then we'll do some number patterns. Just bear in mind, this is all just revision the first week. Your normal CAP syllabus also says that. So we all just doing revision this week. And then if there's anything, just shout. I'm more than welcome to put in some extra hours. Okay, Luca, do you want to ask a question? Hello? Okay, Yes, it has to be in alphabetical order. Someone asked me here. It has to. Okay, Lucas, same class, meaning? What do you mean? Same time? I'm not sure. You have to just check the schedule that would be sent out, but I'm sure it would be later on. Okay. Okay, I'm happy you enjoyed it. Just everyone, just follow the same links. Look out when your classes is going to be scheduled. I'm not in charge of that. Okay, so I think it would be best tomorrow if we just have a chat about what you guys want to touch on, what you guys want to be revised on. Join me tomorrow and then we tackle that. Have a good day, guys.